Hello there everybody, and welcome to the entertainment headquarters, and right now it's trailer reaction number 2 from this year's Super Bowl, which was spectacular. And this trailer for me was the most anticipated because I'm a huge fan of this particular franchise. Way back when, in 1968, we got the sci-fi spectacle Planet of the Apes. Now, Planet of the Apes for me was a film that redefined sci-fi at its time, and it was a thinking film. It really made you think about society and other elements in everyday life, as well as the sci-fi aspects. And for me, it's a film that's underappreciated. Even though it's still classed as a classic, I do think it doesn't get, the respect it truly deserves. But that's just my opinion. And, it spawned a franchise. There were many sequels, some hit, some missed. And then we had the reboot by Tim Burton. His reboot, for me personally, it tried to capture the heart of the original, but there was something missing. In the first one, as we know, the very first 1968 film starred Charlton Heston and Roddy McDowall. And here we are many years later. In the 2000s, we got the modern day Planet of the Apes trilogy, which was more gritty, more grounded, and captured the heart, but brought something original and fresh to the Planet of the Apes franchise. And I'm talking about the rise, the dawn, and the war of the Planet of the Apes. And I personally, it's outside of the Christopher Nolan, the Dark Knight trilogy, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, this is probably one of my favourite trilogies and set of films of all time. And this next film, which is the beginning of hopefully a brand new trilogy of Planet of the Apes films, was directed and produced by Wes Ball. It's starring Owen Teague, Freya Allen, Kevin Durand, Peter Maycomb, and William Ace Macy. So quite an interesting cast. Like I say, I do know this is set 300 years later. I know the younger actor, Owen Teague, who's going to be the star of this one. Andy Serkis, I don't think's back and isn't coming back for these films. But what I found interesting is that I found out that Owen Teague is playing a character called Cornelius, which is, if anybody has seen the original, the fantastic Roddy McDowall played a character Cornelius. So I found that interesting. So without further ado, let's check out the trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Are you familiar with the concept of evolution? In their time, humans were capable of many great things. They could fly like eagles fly. They could speak across oceans. But now, it is our time. And it is mine. We will learn. Apes will learn. I will learn. And I will conquer. side by side. Impossible as that may seem.
Why do they hunt her?
She's smarter than most.
The elders did not tell us everything about this world.
Bend for your king.
Apes hunt humans. That is wrong.
Together, you will die.
No, together, strong.
Well, that is everything. Just via the trailer, that is everything I've been hoping for. The Rise, the Dawn and the War were a true sequel to, you know, the 1968 original. That's what it felt. That's what that trilogy felt like. And now we're walking into what feels like a true, I would say, retelling or remake of the 1968. It's carrying that path and it's following that journey, and it just feels so true to the money, to the first one. Truly does. I absolutely love the Planet of the Apes. I love the story of the new trilogy, how it explained, you know, you had a man, a doctor played by James Franco, who was trying to find the cure to Alzheimer's for his father, and he was testing on the apes, and of course it had a side effect to Caesar, who then became super intelligent, evolved, and then it created what was meant to be a cure, became the ultimate downfall of humanity, and became, of course, a plague. A pandemic escalated, and then the world changed. And that was the beginning, and now this is the continuation 300 years later, where things have changed again, where the apes are truly now the dominant species, and us humans are now like how we would with apes right now. We have, you know, wildlife sanctuaries, we have animals in zoos and cages. Now the roles have reversed, and it's interesting to see the, you know, the differences, and to see how everything has come together, and the different concepts that they're using within the world of the Planet of the Apes. You know, different, you know, societies and different, you know, cultures and different, you know, things that are real issues like slavery, potentially racism. All of these different elements you can put into such a unique and fascinating sci-fi franchise. And that's what I've always loved about this, and loved about the Planet of the Apes, is the different concepts and different, you know, everything. You know, there's no off limits, I don't think, within the Planet of the Apes. And just back when it did in 1968, where it made you think, I believe right now in the year 2024, it has the same effect. And that's why I appreciate this film and these franchises so much. But that's just me rabbiting on. The special effects look amazing. Like they did with Andy Serkis in the original, you know, reboot trilogy, it looks like they're onto another winner with this. I just think it looks so well made. The cinematography looks great. The characters are so interesting. You want to learn about them. This, for me, is my most anticipated film of the summer. Deadpool, like I said, if you watch me review, I've got a little bit of trepidations because it's being made by Disney. I'm 50-50. I want it to be so good that it does do what it has the potential to do, but there's also a wall up to not let myself be disappointed. Where this, I have nothing but complete hope for, and I think I'm going to be not disappointed. But what is your most anticipated film of 2024? What did you think of the trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Do you like the franchise? Do you like this particular version of the franchise, this kind of new edition? What did you think of the original? What did you think of Tim Burton's reboot? Let me know. But until then, like I always say, I'll see you at the next one.